We'll have to find out. Push is coming to shove. It's Imperial starting on the T side. And Havan will get a chance for the defense right off the rip.
I'm ready for some chaos, Mike. Alrighty. Imperial are immediately going to lean towards this A site and mid. I think they're just trying to line up that smoke. A couple of smokes that they have. And they are indeed going to toss them out, and the flashbang as well. One of those smokes going towards the A site. That'll block off CT. And the other one at mid. Nice headshot from Remix. And a second looking for the third. Can he find it? No! CK Zhao denies him, but a couple of nice shots from Havan looking on the defense here will help out. Look how far Horvey got up, though, without Skulls even realizing it. Yeah, how indeed. Delboni drops Doc, and now this round is taking a tilt for the worst for Havan, and Imperial take it.
I'm deeply confused about how Horvey got that far forward.
I am too.
I'm deeply confused about what happened in that round. We were so focused on the fight around in Donut, and it was a good fight, to be fair. Really good hold coming through with a taps from Remix, but apparently the rest of his team was really distracted by that fight as well, because they allowed them straight into their faces, and that's going to close the angles for the clock. I mean, that's just going to be a massive advantage here. So, pistol round starts off nicely for Imperial. I'll look to keep that behavior much the same. Doc, meanwhile, this aggression, this crunch in as well. This round could get risky. He's just around the corner. There's 3 players here, 4 players here. They're stacked up, though. It's only going to be one. Looked for a moment like the collapse might come through and serious danger might be had, but instead, now they've got the numbers. They've got the presence moving on towards site. Oh, he's going to wrap out Jaguar. It just doesn't much matter unless they can do some damage here. This bomb should be going down. Imperial's waiting an awfully long time to do so. Why is the bomb going back to check the flank? Now I'm starting to get very nervous. They're going to lose this bomb in an awkward way. They're waiting for this flank back in towards spawn to develop. You got to be careful not to lose the C4 in the meantime. ZQK does get that kill, so it's fine. The Deagles can't do damage. Disasters averted. But we've seen teams in this matchup be very fast and loose with the placement of the C4, John, and I was getting flashbacks right there.
Yeah, no doubt. But Imperial, at the very least, have matched their total round output that they had against Bravos with those 2 rounds. So at the very least, things are starting out a lot more promising for them. And I think they were on their CT side, if I'm not mistaken, to start off that match. It only got 2 rounds there. So, yeah. Well, at the very least, things looking better now. ZQK has got his Molotov ready to throw towards Snake, and he flies around that corner to drop Remix. Of course, Havan just on the eco here. They took a gamble. They stacked the B site, and Imperial, well, the bomb is actually heading to A. So, 50-50 chance does not go their way, and it will likely be a round victory for Imperial. Still clearing out everything methodically, which is good.
It's the right way to do it. Imperial, I mean, this almost feels like we've just got like the antithetical styles, right? In terms of Imperial's much more disciplined, much more together on these rounds. And for Havan, it's very much that loose, fly into the angle, take the fight, see what wild thing you can do type of style. Maybe the middle ground of the 2 is the ideal place, but they're not going to have that middle ground. Instead, it's a bit of a crossfire here, and a crossfire that is dismantled with 1 casualty. Casualty that won't much matter, because they can just retrieve the gun. Which they've done. CK's outdumped his SMG, picked up the rifle. So it's just a MAC-10 loss. No problem there for Imperial.
No problem at all. 3-0. Very clear round victory coming through. What's up?
Op out right off the rip. That's interesting to me.
Yeah.
T-side op. ZQK tossed his MAC-10 over, John. They've got the money certainly for it, but it can be tricky to make work on the T-side of this map. Let's see where he goes with it. They want that face in mid, and Remix is here as well, and that is an aggressively flubbed smoke. Where was that even supposed to go originally? It's up in the jungle, up in the highlands. Smoke's helping nobody. It's just a little bit of rainforest pollution going on here, John.
I think it was supposed to be a donut smoke, I would assume. Well, either way, Imperial have managed to work their way into A main. There is 1 player watching donut. and his remix, so at least he'll be able to pass over info that no one is in that location. As Imperial are charging up all 5 players through to A main. Skulls could have a party here, but no, Delboni denies immediately. Then a great peek from Showtime to spot a remix. This is an excellent start to the first gun-on-gun round by Imperial, and ZQK and CK Zhao deal even more damage. Only Doc left standing, and he is all the way over at that B site, and the save is on.
Wow. All right. Nice. Ripper of rounds coming through here. Imperial stacking wealth on wealth. They'll be able to get through comfortably. Time to get Horvey on the hunt. Come on, get that team ace. Come on, Horvey. Sprint it. Sprint it. You love the team ace. You love to see it. Instead, it might just be Delboni dying. You're out, Jaguar. And indeed does. And is anyone close enough to this? Horvey might just try and run it. But it seems like Doc's going to be able to get this round through, or at least get his gun through, rather. Round, certainly not. The round's not coming with him.
Nope, just the gun.
Just the gun.
That was a good push, though, by Imperial through A main. I mean, used the smoke that they threw right at the entrance to isolate one, and then the second one came through from a great peek from Showtime. So, Havan Liberty are going to be relegated down to pistols, aside from the M4 that was saved from the previous round, but it will be 4 deagles and a little bit of utility to work with. 1 smoke, 1 flash, and 1 nade available to them. Skull's still looking to get on the board, and honestly, I thought he was going to, holding that A site, but just a great hit again by Imperial to deny him. There's a lot of utility being dedicated towards the B site, and in the meantime, though, ZQK peeks around to drop Doc. That's the M4 down, so only the pistols left, and it cannot be retrieved, Mike. Skull's in a position potentially to get one.
What is the utility today? That is the 3rd flub nade from Delboni specifically. Look, my guy's a fragger, but someone needs to explain lineups to him, because they always go just a little bit high and hit the lip of a structure. All right, now this round's in doubt. DRG. Ripper of shots down mid. He's dropped bomb as well. Should be fine. It's just left the Skulls in the clutch. Skulls cracking the scoreboard. Now here'd be the time to do it. Skulls finds 2. A rifle gained. Imperial. How has this been the point where it all falls away? Horvey is wrapping, though. Skulls has the chance to do something truly incredible. Does Horvey have the read? He knows the player was in here, but there's so many corners you can tuck into in towards mid. So what's his prediction? What's his check? He's got the right one and the right shot to avert complete disaster. It's so expensive. It's so messy. It very nearly slipped from their grasp, but Imperial managed to bring it back through.
There's some great deagle work from Skulls and DRG, but I have to be honest, Skulls should have had that one. That was a little bit sloppy on the spray control, and he ends up going down. He had so much time. He shot first. And, yeah.
All right, Han.
Yeah.
But, all right, let's talk about Delboni, man. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Maybe he changed his fuel model. Something's going on. But that is like the 3rd nade that's just gone a little too high for where he's trying to throw it.
I think
pull down, bud.
I mean, on Nuke, it was just a couple of very unfortunate throws, but it is HQ. He seems to have played it too much. I think that's factoring in as well to these flub smokes and utility. Anyway, Showtime and Ali are going to get a trade going here. 4v4, but Havana's taking the worst of it in terms of health. DRG and Ali down to 23 HP combined, and that should help Imperial.
Stack?
Yeah.
It's a full stack. If Horvey just comes around the corner, Horvey's like, okay, all right, here's the face. Clear catacombs. Okay, is it now boosted up? Okay. What about? Oh, no, no one's here. I'm gonna throw a smake. Is he just gonna throw it? What a misread. He's gonna throw a fake, thinking that there's a player tucked in towards Donut or somewhere on site, and they're gonna come into the stacked site. This is a massive misread from Imperial, and this comes from having no mid control, having no Donut presence, having no one in towards the red room, so they don't have the information. So they're going to come into the stack site. They're going to come into the hold. Still, these players are weakened. Maybe they can still just do it on the gunfights. But Imperial have done themselves no favors here off of the info. It's a very big misread of the situation. And here comes the exec. Utility over, utility in. Molly's to start to eliminate positions. Do they check the cubby? They're distracted, but they do. 2 big kills, and now just the off. Is it overwhelmed? So much damage for Remix. But once again, it'll be a clutch opportunity for Skull. This time, less work to do. He wants to force the issue, and that bomb's now been planted. Coming through the smoke, the off-trade position. Reflash around his position is spotted. They should not face. Should being the operative word here. Nice nade, but ZQK can just stand in it if he needs to. Here comes the swing around. Shot missed. EQK can't regroup. It's come down to the 1v1. Here's the clutch. There is a kit for Skulls, but he needs to find this next kill. Smoke on. He's just going to stick it before he's got the lineup all day, every day. Another round that comes down to the last one to survive. But again, it is an Imperial player who's standing.
Okay, so at the end of the Bravos match, Mike, we mentioned, or I mentioned that Imperial needs to go look at the demo and see what happened on both maps. And I have a feeling like they did potentially, because this is way more impressive on their T side than we saw prior. Wow.
Wow, indeed. I would echo your sentiment. There's just so much more juice to this. I mean, in that round, they even walk into the stack, right? Yeah, there's two players who are limping, but it is still the stacked site. And they just clear it out very methodically. I like the idea of making a PC play over the smoke. Not going to work. The window peek, also not going to work. And now 2 casualties down. Imperial have a very good start to this round. Should be nothing doing here for Skulls and Ali. We've seen these get a little hairier than they need to. But this one looks pretty buttoned in here for Imperial. That nade will indicate another player's presence. Now they read one of the last. And Delboni's going to go looking for it. Could be a play in towards B in the caves. Ali could actually do something here, but good Molotovs to start to clear that out. To make sure he's not going to be around the first corner. He's deep in the cave instead of Jaguar. Skull's almost caught a player. Almost caught a player, but there's one more towards elbow, and he's not ready for that, so that's a free kill. It all comes down to Ali. And they know he's here. They could just leave, but instead, he'll get a chance. Unable to zero in the last. It's only 1 casualty in the round, though, John, and it is 7-0 on the scoreboard. An incredible effort, an incredible showing here on Ancient already, and just nothing doing for the Havan Liberty.
It's been a rough go, but now they have a chance to bounce back here. Op will come into the mix, and that's in Remix's hands. He is certainly very potent with that big green gun, so maybe he can make some noise here, take control of mid with it, and deny Imperial all of that map that they've been taking pretty much at will so far here. Showtime, ZQK. Along with CK Zhao, thinking towards mid, but there's Remix. He misses the op shot, and now he's trapped here. He has to throw a smoke just to get out of this position, but the Molotov doesn't get defused by it. That means Remix is gone out of the picture. Op gets nothing in the round, and Imperial have another 5v4 edge.
Another big one. Another big one to work with here, and Remix's op was one of the things that's been hitting. I like this movement towards the red room, but how do you make this work with just M4s once the smoke fades? Obviously, if they come through, you got a great situation, but if they just don't, it's a tough fight to take, and they're going to actually move presence off of it. Threat also becomes just if HE's and Molly's chasing, man. It's a really tough fight, and CK's out despite them catching him off guard. The shots just aren't going to line up there for Doc, and now this round should just be all over. Showtime ripping them. This is good to see. He was very quiet on Nuke, especially through most of the map, and now he's hitting in a big way. The confidence seems to be flowing here for Imperial, and, well, I mean, it's definitely going to be 8 rounds.
I mean, not only that, he supported a very vulnerable CK Zhao who was flashed and probably was going to be cleaned out by the player in Donut, but Showtime came around, found one, and even a second one afterwards. And like you said, he's getting things going, and not a single body dropped for Imperial on this round. This was, reminder, a full-on buy-up for Havan Liberty that Imperial just picked apart piece by piece and have secured themselves a lead into this second half without even surrendering a single round yet.
Just the Deagles. We have seen some spice from the Deags. Never doubt the Deagles, especially with, shall we say, friskier teams. I think that's how I'd describe the Havan Liberty at this point. With all the utility shown on towards B, what's the read? What's their read? Because Imperial have shown a predilection to ending on that B site. You can't really blame them for it. It is much more favorable to a T side take. But this is a full-on stack, and as the util comes over, it seems like this bomb is going to end towards A, especially as they see no presence and know that there is something going on towards B. So it is going to be the full move in. They're taking control of Donut, and they're just going to leave these pistols alone. Why not?
No, that's a great read. Back away from all of that noise. go to the A site that has almost been cleared out here. DRG could make some noise towards mid. Delboni's watching for it, though. I think he heard a footstep or something, but no, now he's going to re-divert his attention forward, potentially, thinking that someone's going to come from Snake. But
It's like a turret.
Yeah, he is. And he's going to hit the shots, too, like one, at least the first one, then gets taken down by DRG. Trade comes through, and perhaps more indeed. CK Zhao finds the two-piece, and Havan threatened for a moment, but Delboni had CK Zhao in a good position next to him to ensure that the frags would come through, and it's all over here. 9-0 in favor of Imperial, as Ale just has to go for a save and maybe find a frag or two, if anything.
Delboni was like a security camera in a stealth game in that round, right?
Yeah.
He's just dee, side clear, dee, side clear, dee. It just immediately starts his rotation again. A little exclamation mark goes up. Intruder spotted. Oh, Plaza is going to come in here for the Havan Liberty. They need to find something, some sort of an antidote, because if they don't get it started here, this map is frankly, you know what? I'm not going to say it.
Don't.
I won't say it. I don't want to jinx anybody. But what I will say is Ancient, as we've seen it played, has been remarkably CT-sided.
Yes.
Beyond pretty much any other map in the pool right now. And this obviously does not reflect that.
No, and pretty much every single time we've seen a strong T side, it's been insurmountable, right? Once the side switch, so. That said, well, timeout has been called. Maybe Havan have the answer to get back into this half and round. 3 M4s, the AUG and the AWP come through. Remix on that AWP once more. And this time they're going to send 2 players charging down mid to get early control. Good smoke thrown as well for DRG to work around. But are they going to expect CK's out? They do. He cannot sneak out of Snake. But Horby does get the trade on Skulls, and they continue to try and get these peaks.
What?
To
What are you
Imperial.
doing?
That is out of missed shot. Horby takes
Oh,
down Remix,
boy.
and that is a bit of a flub. That's the A site given up. The bomb isn't there yet, which is the only good news for Havan. Well, another bit of good news, they do have the man advantage, but the A site is completely lost.
Killing the player at elbow, I think that was Delboni, could be huge here. Because now the donut player has to go back in to clear out, which means that he has to move off of the site. And there's the peer peek back through from the window player. Doc's going to get that. Now there's nothing to build on for ZQK. What does he want to do here? What does he want to adjust? His aggression in mid has paid dividends for the Havan Liberty. He's made it past the first. Oh, he's made it past the elbow in general, but he wants to kill. He wants to poke in. DRG's backing off at the perfect time. I think he caught a whiff of it, and they'll peek together. I think he just saw a pixel of the footstep coming through. And that is going to work out very nicely here for the Havan Liberty to take their first round.
Yeah, I mean, great adjustment. Finally sending 2 players down mid. Take that early mid control. Don't let Imperial do whatever they want and continue to walk through mid and have those holds. Take it, and they do. And it works out perfectly. So there's the first round on the board. They need a lot more of that. And of course, Imperial's built up so much economy that they can buy up here, even the next one after this, without much worry, should Havan manage to even get another round victory on the board. But Imperial, realizing that Havan has made that adjustment, make some of their own and don't go for that aggressive mid control early on this time around. Instead, they're going to send a couple of players, make that 3 towards A main. Bomb is dropped to jungle right now. They're just going to take their time, set up some utility, and throw some smokes onto the A site. That's going to force Remix back a little bit to readjust his angle with that AWP, Mike.
Oh, what a nade. What a nade. It's completely unconfirmed damage. He's probably going to face into the op anyway, so it may not matter, but this is a great read for the Havan Liberty. They've got all the presence here. That deep information out of Jaguar paying dividends here. Gonna be Remix who comes around on the corner, just gets a free kill here. Smoke up, but it's a little bit too late to provide that cover. They know they've got the player pressure here. The DRG's here to support, and it's gonna be a massacre. One goes back the other way, but that is too little too late here for Imperial, and they're getting blanked out of the site. This is looking like a shutdown, and DRG, why not? Take the collat, line them up, and take them down with 1 bullet.
There you go. Good hold there by Havan, dealing with the onslaught from Imperial by setting up a nice crossfire. DRG in support of Remix, who honestly was about to be overloaded, but because there's so much open space on that A site, it's hard for the T's to get in free and clear. And, well, we saw the result right there, which is why it's so surprising, Mike, that we even have Imperial on 9 rounds of T side. All right, well, Havan gonna go back to that early mid control. This time not as aggressive. You know, they have DRG waiting in pit and now leaning in towards Sniper Nest more so. And Remix watching from Donuts. So at least they know no one's coming there on the Imperial side as of yet. But Imperial sent 3 players hunting out of the double doors. Ali gets the peek, doesn't get the information though.
Oh, the catch! What a way to take that peek. Hopping over on your teammate's head, getting that pick. That is a heck of a way to get an over. Now Doc's going to be forced in this fight. He's going to be overwhelmed. The Molly just offsetting his tempo ever so slightly. Love this play from Imperial. Now they got control of Jaguar. They're going to press on in towards the cave. There's just the one player here who's got to deal with him. And DRG knows he has to pick his fight wisely. Rotation's here, 55 seconds. Imperial don't have to commit to it, but they likely will. This presence on. Be wary about that op-the-op duel. And the full rotation in, if this gets sussed out, life becomes very difficult. There's the first pick, though. That takes down the op, so they may be fine with walking in the stack. Everybody's here, but they're going to line up! A TK even in! Shouldn't matter. 1v3, though. A chance given for DRG, and he catches the timing on Delboni. I want to plant the bomb. Standing on the other side of the pillar, and the spam's not working as a result, but that was bold. DRG's low on health, but he's only got 2 to find. He's trying to bait out that first shot from the AWP. I think there might be someone around the corner, but what will happen here is Horvey will play off of ZQK's contact. At least that's what should happen. Here comes the clear. There comes the shot, and ZQK is zeroed on in. Double-digit rounds found here, and at this point, who cares how they win them, whether they're pretty, whether they're not. Every round here is just bonus. It's another cherry on top of the sundae that is this first half.
Oh yeah, Imperial double-digit rounds, that's the psychological edge gained already. Like you said, anything more than this is a bonus for the Imperial side. On Havan, well, they are able to scrounge together pretty much a full-on buy. In fact, it won't be full utility, but double op coming through, 2 M4A4s, and the AUG. ZQK looking for that early rush coming through from mid, but it's Remix eating a nade. Whoa, down to 17 HP because he didn't have body armor, bought up the glass cannon. I mean, that's going to make it even tougher to find an opening pick on his side. Bit of a standout of both teams, but CK Zhao's going to trade that out, knowing that DRG was right in that spot, and he almost gets traded himself, but Doc finally does find it on CK Zhao. 4v3 edge for the Havan Liberty, and now Imperial, well, they are shifting gears. They're going to decide to go towards that A site instead.
Not sure I love this without any presence in towards Donut. They've been really hesitant about taking Donut control ever since the pistol round at the very least.
I think they're going for it now, though.
I don't know. I think the op's going to stay to try and zone out some plays. He'll smoke in. He's not going to go through it. He's going to try and control the rotation. So just these two are going to be responsible for taking the site. Skulls has ticked. He's ticked twice. They have to have that audio cue. But he's going to press forward. That's a nice way to offset an unfavorable situation. Skulls even lines up the last, and that should secure the round. A shot hit here for ZQK. A rifle would be to his favor now. There are 2 low players, though I don't know if he has that damage confirmed. But getting past the first angle won't be possible. So, Imperial, giving that op in mid, not taking any donut control, really does make it awkward for the A-site take. That one's still not quite tuned up. But even with these rounds being found here for Havan at the end of the half, it's just how much is it going to matter, right? Even if they take all 5. I mean, look, don't let me doubt them. We've seen their T-sides before. They're blistering. But this would be a heck of a comeback.
Yeah, blistering or not an ancient, it's hard because especially on that A side, there are just so many angles to cover that if you just charge out there, you're likely going to get mowed down. All right, well, at least Havan get another one on the board for themselves. A little bit of hope remains for them. Imperial running out of money in the tank. They've only got 4 pieces of utility left. So going to have to win some aim duels. There's no doubt about that one. 4 AKs and the Galil to work with. Skull's waiting. He's going to be flashbang twice. He's got support here on this side. He will get one, maybe a second. No. Showtime denies, but as mentioned, there are so many angles to clear out when you're charging on forward. At least Showtime does manage to find himself the 2K and open up some space to potentially blend. Doc's going to spam through the smoke, and yeah, you have to be careful.
We'll talk about this in a second, but we'll see how they do in this post plant. ZQK is finally now going to be in position to help out, coming into Donut super late. Is he just going to take a base? This would be bold. Gets the damage on the DRG. looking for more, but he's lost his teammates. It's all going to be left to ZQK, and they've got a smoke. They can just zone him out. Deep Molotov, smokes in front of it. There shouldn't be much that ZQK can do about this. And there's going to be the smoke up. They're going to start to get on the defuse. While they're working his way in, ZQK does not have a lineup. That's going to be a round 1 for Havan Liberty. Imperial are leaving a guy, ZQK, deep in the mid when they take A. Deep in the mid. I mean, not even looking up Temple, right? Just focused on that window fight. They're really anticipating that Havan will rotate by pushing through Jaguar coming out the window. And that just hasn't happened yet. Having him in towards Donut, or even, heck, into the red room, which you could do with utility, would be so helpful to them for controlling these rotations or getting a quick flank on, getting a backstab. But they're really committed to keeping ZQK further back there when they want to go for A, and I think it's costing them. I don't think it's working in their favor. But we'll see. DRG going to get aggressive here. Havan looking for one last round to build upon, and, well, that's a very nice way to kick it off.
I mean, I do understand what they're trying to do, like you said, with ZQK, but I also agree with you. You have to take a more aggressive angle just to try and shut down those players, not only on rotations, but put a pincer attack on the side of those plant. Anyway, Ali's going to pop out of here down the ramp, get a couple. Horvey trades him out, and DRG comes right on back. It's all up to CK Zhao. He's surrounded, but somehow survives that onslaught of bullets, and we'll have a second chance here. Remix fires off a shot. CK's out, upgrades to the AK. He's pulled off the 1v4 before. Does he have it in him one more time?
CK's out creeping. This first fight is isolated. But Doc holds a very good angle, forcing him to play around the smoke. That's a nice one. And we are going to have a 5-10 split at the half. It was a rough first half for Havan, but they find a little juice at the end. We'll see how they can do after this break. And we're back. One way or another, it's all going to end here on Ancient. One of these teams will secure their spot in the Intel Extreme Masters Fall 2021, the last RMR event. And the other, well, they're going to have a rough night. It's not going to be a fun one.
No.
A single tear rolling down their cheek. We'll see if that'll be the Havan Liberty. They're looking a little rough. Only 5 rounds on CT side of Ancient. Not great, but we've seen some incredible attacking halves from them, so, John, who knows?
Definitely. Havan Liberty. They're now in their comfort zone, that's for sure, and just jumping around there, trying to get on forward into that A site from CT. Showtime
rabbits?
gets one. What are they doing? What are they doing,
Oh,
Mike?
we've lost the players. We've gained a bunch of rabbits hopping across the server, and while Showtime went rabbit hunting. Getting 1 kill there, but now they'll just swing in. You don't actually need to do this, guys, but I will make sure the round is secured. It's the fabled strat. You don't know? You offset your opponent's aim by just B-hopping through everything. I mean, I understand, which is it when you're going through the red room.
But they missed.
You're just trying to hop to be able to jump through, right? So that you offset the aim if they've got the headshot angle. Then once you're past it, I don't know about that one, guys.
Yeah, exactly. You just, it looked weird. It looked very odd. So,
It's the old pogo stick strat.
yeah.
You don't know about
All
the
right.
pogo stick strat, John? Here it goes. Speaking of pogo stick, this should be a pogo bomb plant. That's the M4 drop. That could be a problem. UMP back in the angle. Round not still in question, but the bomb now ticking away makes this a major issue. Are there kits? There are a couple. That smoke is way too deep. Maybe that's the beta peak. If it is, the peak is good. And Ali will at least be able to get the gun reloaded in time to do some damage. Still not going to be able to get the round. A bomb plant here gives them something to work with going forward, but it is a 12th found, and the 2 M4s, the valuable weapons on the field, survive.
Alrighty. Well, I've officially seen everything here in this best of 3.
It keeps delivering, man. It keeps delivering.
It really does. And Imperial looking strong to kick off their CT side as well. Havan do have the AKs up now, 3 of them in fact, 2 Galils. They'll have to sacrifice a bit of utility in order to get that firepower up, but they'll still have 5 flashbangs, a smoke, and a Molotov to work with. Is that enough to take a site on Ancient? Well, maybe towards the B site more so than A. So that is where Havan is leaning towards. They're already lined up, 2 of them, make that 3 in fact, ready to push out. They see a Molotov right outside the door, so they're going to wait for that one to dissipate, and it does. Here comes Alec, carefully clearing these corners and looking to open up some space for his teammates, Mike.
Tension. One of the slowest rounds we've seen this map, I would say.
Yeah.
Just now making their way into B main. CK Zhao, who's posted up this utility, is well available here, but can they get it in quick enough? It's a fast play on. That nade goes a little too deep of L things. Molly's a bit late as well, so players are already in the angle. Delboni is forced into it, but he's doing a good job of buying time at the very least. They're trying to zero in this kill. They can't quite get him out of his corner. Finally, maybe? No, he's still alive. The Madman survived for so long. Yes, he doesn't get a kill. That's an effective position for them. Ali, though, taking more. Damage has come back the other way. They still need to get these kills. They still need to get these clears, and that's a good kill. Coming on in. It's looking like a shutdown. Horvey trying to pull out the clutch as the smoke fades into cave. He spotted the player, but DRG's worked his way into the corner. DRG and Doc working together. It's actually Doc here in the cave. Well, that kill zeroed in, but no, it's Doc to find the timing to step between the bullets and bring it through. The Havan Liberty, they're on the board. Their first real gun round comes to fruition, and now they got a chance to build up some rounds.
They absolutely do. Just taking the gamble there on the Imperial side, going for the box spam instead of waiting to face off directly with the last, second to last player on Havan Liberty. That was Doc, and well, that's what cost them. So Havan Liberty do get on the board here with a 6th. Imperial still doubling up on their scoreline, and I guess feeling confident because they're going to force up, and they get the opening frag as well through the smoke. ZQK with that scout spots down Doc, who had the final frag in that previous round, but this time will find nothing for himself. Delboni in a pretty good position with this deep left Jaguar. potentially deal with skulls, but now it gives away its position, perhaps intentionally, to bait out a fight with Havan Liberty.
Oh, they're gonna come in. They're gonna come in. This is a really good setup for it. Molly has to be dumped. Is there a Molotov? There's not. Well, there is. DRG has it. There goes the Molly. That should force both players back. Well done. Without that Molotov, this round would be real trouble. It's still going to be rough. There's 4 players in the site. They're going to go pushing to take some B main control. Here's the chase of the player with the scout. That's unfortunate, but there's another rifle behind it. Still a numbers advantage here for Imperial, and time is becoming an issue. The lineup here is good. There's an Angles. Eagle striking, and a huge kill for Horvey, and he gets away from it. That drops the bomb. Now they need to cover the entire distance of the site to even have a chance at the plant, and it's a crossfire to take skulls. All falls to Alley. He should not be able to take this round, but Horvey will kill Delboni there to make it a little easier for him. And these remaining players, they don't have health. They don't have health. 20 seconds left. Yes, it is, but there's the shot! The scout has it! A TK, even, to make this possible. What is this round? What is this game, John?
I don't know. But again, madness.
Madness.
I mean, look, the TK comes through. It's understandable, right? Because you have the crossfire, there,
yeah.
So it happens. It's a risk.
It's tough to negotiate that.
But at the same time, CQK, that shot, he had one chance, one only, or else he was dead. And he hits it in the clutch to give Imperial the 13th round.
Some Hamilton. He's not going to throw away his shot. He's going to play it back around. DRG, nice opener, though. The economy's far from healthy here, so they don't have a lot of firepower to work with. That nade's good. Okay. The AK will make it out of the angle. But Doc Solo, maybe he wants to give that over to one of his teammates. No, he's going to hang on to it. It's like, it's okay, bro. I only hit 1 taps. I'll only hit 1 taps. They're going to go back towards the stack, and this is a tendency read, right? Because Havan so far have only hit the B site, apart from that weird pistol round where they B-hopped through the mid-temple. But we don't talk about that. It's going to be up to Horvey here to hold the line. Oh, they push the flank. They have the info, so now they can float the second player over. This is so much information. As they're going to clear out window, they're going to clear out cave, they're going to clear out spawn. Now, off of this, Horvey's going to come back in to clear donut, and they're going to know exactly what's happening. Player back in catacombs. So how do they operate with this information? A flank will be on here from Delboni. If they wait too long, that's going to be very bad to deal with. And here's the exchange on site. The Catacombs player, they're trying to chase that kill, but they're not expecting Horvey in the donut. That's a big kill to find. Now utility to cover it off, but he's past it. Wants to swing out. That's a little bold. Trying to just make the move off of the flash, but he's actually offsetting his own aim. Phoenix trying something funky here, but the health once again is an issue, but Delboni doesn't care. Delboni don't care at all. 14 rounds found, just 2 away from taking the series here, John. And by denying the bomb plant there, they guarantee an eco.
Ah, Delboni's back, baby. Those were 2 big frags to find because Remix just barely missing the second to last player on Imperial several times there through the smoke. That was scary for Imperial, but they do manage to close it out, and I think Havan is full sending force buys at this point. They don't want to play for overtime, and they've got an AK, 3 Tech 9s, and the Galil. CK's out, going into Jaguar. He will find that opener on Doc. That's trouble for Havan Liberty, are trying to go for this quick hit towards the B site. They do get one on CK's out, so the trade comes through, and they have the site to themselves. The thing is, they're still losing bodies trying to fight into house. Or caves, I should say.
They've lost the frame rate. DRG clears out the back lines. That's a huge kill to find, but he's now all alone. The clutch required of him, and they're holding him at bay, and Showtime will walk away with the frag. Defuse going to be on here. Imperial finds series point. 1 more round. One more of the next 9, and they are in the Intel Extreme Masters Fall 2021. They've earned their spot. They've earned their chance at the RMR. 1 more round, John.
I mean, look, they learned their lessons on Ancient up against Bravos, suffice to say, because that T side was really strong, and here they are on CT side, shutting things down, as Havan should have done on their side, but they could getting it locked down. Now Havan's going to try and charge out of mid aggressively, and they will get 2 frags. Showtime and ZQK do go down. A lot of damage taken by DRG and Doc, but still, that's the advantage they needed. And then Delboni gets blindsided by Ali. Finally, a response comes through from CK Zhao, and maybe Harvey can do it. He gets the spray transfer. You've got to be kidding me. Havan cannot buy a round, it seems. It's still not over, but oh my goodness. The advantage now flips to Imperial.
Through the fading smoke at that, and now this is a really interesting situation because Havan, yeah, they're just trying to find the kills. They've got the positioning. Remix is all the way back through spawn, but they don't have the bomb. They don't have the bomb. Timing will be everything here. There's going to be a kill for free. Oh, no, CK's outspotted it, but Remix still gets the kill. Had to do that there. There's a chance for the clutch for Horvey. He's already got 2 kills to this. Remix is going to come clear him in the cave, but Remix hits it when it is absolutely required of him. That is a tough angle to win with the AWP. And at least for the moment, Halva and Liberty will limp to one more round. It seems like we're going to get a force buy here from Imperial. It's the double eco, right? Minimal loss bonus. You want to get to a little bit more, so they're going to try and get her done with the pistols in this round.
I mean, it makes sense, but still, limp. I think it's even an understatement, Mike, because they... overstatement, sorry. Wow. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I'm completely lost with my words. English is not flowing for me right now. And, well, maybe the rounds will start getting going here for Havan Liberty. DRG coming on through here. I mean, to lose 2 players like that, it got so close. Anyway, Doc gonna get needed down to 13. DRG has a chance to get that opener, and won't. Delboni with a wicked peek picks up the AK, but that ends up being his undoing as Doc trades it out. Does he know CK's house here? He doesn't.
No.
Look, he's just lining up utility. He has no idea. Oh my goodness, if CK's out, peeks out at this point, he'll have a free frag. But no.
The gun's there. Doc does at least have the gun out.
It doesn't see
his models just disappeared.
Yeah, there
through the X-ray, but that is going to be the kill for Showtime. So now his second gun's picked up, a second rifle in the position, and they may not expect both of them to come on around. Here comes the pressure through. The shot is missed. Remix is off. It's left to Skull and Ali, who are battling back through. It's all to Ali. He doesn't even have the bomb. CK Zhao may have just put the dagger in their back. It'll be Horvey to put a bullet in the front. Imperial have made their way through. Imperial have qualified into the Intel Extreme Masters Fall 20.